like to call our 2024 meeting to order. And if you will bow with me, we'll have the invocation. Our Father in heaven, as we gather here today to conduct the business of Polk County, we ask that you bless this meeting, and may we conduct this meeting to your will, and lead and guide and direct us in everything we do. Be with our service members overseas and at home, and guide us to safe passage home tonight. Be with everybody here and their families. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. And I'd like for, at this time, if all our veterans would stand, we'd like to recognize the veterans today. We thank you for your service. You know, today is the 80th anniversary of D-Day, and without D-Day, I guess we might have things different in the world today, but we want to recognize that day also. And at this time, I'd like Sergeant Derek Beckham to come forward.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Sergeant Beckham is going to lead us in our pledge. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Before we start, and I won't take up much of your time, really don't know why I was asked to do this today, but I got a little emotional after last night watching some news media and realizing that today was D-Day, D-Day, 80-year anniversary, 1944, June 6th, the invasion of France, you know, and it really makes me feel special to have the opportunity to stand here and lead this large group of people, fine people in this community with the Pledge of Allegiance. So if you will, as I stand to attention, will everyone that's willing and able put your hand over your heart and follow after me. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much.
Again, I'd like to welcome everybody here today. We're glad you could come out and support your organization. And at this time, I'd like to appoint Brian Clark as our chairman of the meeting, Jeff Turnage as our parliamentarian, Gemma Branning as our recording secretary, and Sergeants at Arms, Sergeant, I hope I get this right, Connier, and Deputy Roger Tate. And I'll turn it over.
Thank you, Mr. Mike. I also want to welcome you to our 85th year of providing service to our members. We have some special guests today I'd like to recognize. First, y'all, it takes a lot to pull this off today. I believe this is probably a record crowd. The employees have worked hard to pull this off. Many of them worked through the night last night to restore power. And y'all, I'd ask you to put yourself in their shoes for just a minute. A lot of the men and women that work at Fort County, they work long hours, they work in the rain, they work in the heat. Their families are away from them when they're out serving your family. So at this time, I'd like to just get a round of applause for the men and women that work at Fort County. Thank y'all for that. Also in the room, we've had some big shoes to fill, right? Our predecessors who built this organization left it in good hands for us to continue running it. If there are some retirees in the building, will you please stand up? Retirees of Fort County. I see a couple of them. Thank y'all for making it what it is today. Y'all met your foundation directors just a minute ago, but to refresh your memory, from Lowndes County, Kathy Howell, your at-large position, Columbus Jones, your Choctaw County position, Deanie Graves, your Chickasaw-Webster County is Miss Sue Cooper, your Clay County, Monroe County position is Gail Griggs, your Noxubee County representative is Gwen Cotton, and from Oktibbeha County, Michael Sanders. Let's give them a round of applause again. I'd like to introduce you to your board of directors. Currently in the president position and representing Noxubee County is your board president, Mr. Mike Banks, and his lovely wife, Miss Terry. Our current vice president representing Choctaw County and Winston County is Mr. Marty Crowder and his lovely wife, Miss Catherine. Our current secretary-treasurer of the board and also representing Clay and Monroe counties is Mr. Bruff Sanders and his wife, Melanie. The at-large board position is being held by Mr. Bill Bell with his wife, Miss Betty. The Chickasaw-Webster board position is held by Mr. Jay Gilliland with his wife, Miss Sandy. Our Oktibbeha County board seat is held by Russell Dodge with his wife with him, Miss Haley. And last but not least, from Lowndes County, Mr. Johnny Johnson and his lovely wife, Miss Ferry. Thank y'all for the work that you do. We also have some special guests that are with us today. Our local bankers from Bank First is Mr. William Corder and Mr. James Hazard. The mayor from Crawford, Willie Dean Parsons. From TVA, Mr. Josh Wooten. With Congressman Trent Kelly's office is Miss Missy Younger. And our federal banker with CFC, Mr. Ty Harrell. Thank y'all for coming today. I'd also like to recognize several committees. Y'all, we're a big co-op. We're one of the largest ones in the state and one of the largest ones in the Tennessee Valley, and it takes a lot of people to pull this off. And with that, we ask for help from the community. If you serve on the member advisory committee, would you please stand? Thank y'all for your service. If you serve on the nominating committee, would you also please stand? And to my right is your Credentials and Elections Committee. Would y'all please stand? Y'all, it's with a heavy heart that some years we lose members of our family, and the truth is one day it'll be us. But this year, we want to recognize and remember a few people we lost. PJ, you ready? Over the last year, we lost Mr. Wesley Lee. He was retired as an area manager down in Macon, and he served the co-op for 41 years. We also lost Miss Judy Johnson. She was a retired member service supervisor out of the Columbus office, and she served you for 36 years. We lost Mr. Kenny Carmichael. He retired as a meter tech, and he served you for 37 years. We lost some community servants. Mr. Martin Harpole served on your member advisory committee. His lovely wife is with us today. Mr. John Tennant was one of the founding members of the Member Advisory Committee and the Credentials and Elections Committee. We lost him also. And we also lost Mr. James Stewart. He was on the Member Advisory Committee, and his wife is here today. If you'll indulge me for a minute, let's have a moment of silence to remember these individuals. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to call your Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Curtis Naiman, to the stage.
All right, good afternoon. Thank y'all all for coming. I do want to report to you that we have a quorum for our meeting today. And with that, I need to read a letter that we received from Survey and Ballot Systems regarding today's meeting. The letter is to the Board of Directors, and it reads, "Gentlemen, this letter is to inform you that we do in fact have a quorum for the annual meeting of Fort County Electric Power Association to be held on June 6, 2024. We received 5,901 ballots this year, and quorum exists for the purpose of electing directors, as well as for any other business to come before the meeting. Sincerely, Survey and Ballot Systems." I also have with me today the proof of mailing from the U.S. Postal Service showing a total mailing of 38,827 ballots for our annual meeting. I have these proofs of mailing for inspection by any interested member with me today or after the annual meeting today. The members of the 2024 Credentials and Election Committee met earlier today to verify the count of ballots and proxies received. In their spring meeting, Rob Robertson was elected chairman of the committee, and Jamie Ballard was elected secretary of the committee. The members of this committee are seated at the table to my right. Would the members of the committee please stand? Please join me in a round of applause for these committee members. All right, now I will introduce our candidates for the directorships in the order that they appeared on the ballot. If each candidate would, please stand as I call your name. The candidate for District 2, Oktibbeha County, nominated by the Committee on Nominations, is Mr. Russell Dodds. The candidate for District 3, Monroe and Clay Counties, nominated by the Committee on Nominations, is Mr. Bruff Sanders. The candidate for District 6, Chickasaw and Webster Counties, nominated by the Committee on Nominations, is Mr. Jay Gilliland. The Credentials and Elections Committee will now collect any outstanding ballots. If you have a ballot that has not been cast yet, please hold your hand up so that one of the members of the committee can pick up your ballot. The C&E chairman will report the election results, including any ballots taken up today, toward the end of this meeting. Thank you again for your attendance. Brian?
Thank you, Curtis. Good job. All right, it's that time of the annual meeting where I'll be glad to read the minutes from last year if you want me to, or I'll entertain a motion to approve and dispense with the reading of the minutes. Do I have a second? All those in favor? Anyone opposed? Okay, we'll skip reading the minutes, but if you're curious and you want to see them later, we'll show them to you. At this time, I'd like to call your board president, Mr. Mike Banks, to the stage to give his president's report.
I'll be brief, but here's a few things I'd like to say today. As president of your board of directors, it's my honor to serve our community and the members of this board for bringing electricity to over 50,000 meters. Your board of directors are dedicated to guiding your cooperative safely and deliver reliable power to your homes and businesses while maintaining a watchful eye on rates. Over the last 3 years, Fort County has launched a high-speed internet service that is now thriving and turning a profit. Bringing high-speed internet to rural areas remind me of what it must have been like when Fort County brought electricity to those same areas in the 1930s. We are committed to providing internet service as a standalone company they will not have a negative effect on electric rates. I want to thank our CEO, Brian Clark, and his staff for their tireless effort to build, promote, and maintain this new company without interfering with 4 county operations. I don't have the time in this setting to describe all of the behind-the-scenes activities that are taking place at 4 County and Fastnet, but I can assure you we are leaders in a fast-moving industry while working on economic development as well as our Roundup programs and many projects in between. There have been a lot of pressure on rates lately, and we continue to look at ways to save and be more efficient. I want to thank my fellow board members for their dedication to staying informed and staying committed to this company. Thank you all for being here today and showing your support for this great organization. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mike. Up next, I'd ask your treasurer, Mr. Bruff Sanders, to come give the financial report.
Good day. At this time, I'll report on the cooperative's financial status as of December 31st, 2023. The income statement for the calendar year 2023 and the balance sheet for the calendar year ending 2023 and 2022 are printed in the annual report you received for today's meeting. As you can see on the balance sheet for the calendar year for 2023, 4 County's total assets were valued at $355 million. Also, your equity and ownership in the system was valued at $155 million. This represents roughly 44% ownership by you, our members, in the assets of the cooperative. In an effort to provide excellent reliability and service, we've invested $27.2 million in the utility plant over the last 2 years. That includes investments in new and upgraded overhead lines, pole replacements, new underground lines, as well as new substations. In addition, we've also invested $54.1 million in our new fiber network. That network has already begun to benefit our members by providing them access to high-speed internet, reliable internet through our subsidiary, Fastnet. We strive to always be good stewards of our members' money, and the board of directors, management, and each department's goal has always been to maintain strong, reliable customer service. I'm pleased to report that 4 County is financially sound and meets all of our financial covenants. Our financial records are audited on a yearly basis, and a copy of that audit, which was performed by the CPA firm Watkins, Ward & Stafford for the fiscal year 2023, is available for review at our membership office. Thank y'all for your attendance today. Brian.
Thank you, Mr. Bruff. You know, I said earlier that this marks our 85th year of providing service to our members, but think about how much has changed over that same time frame. Think about back in the late 30s when this came into existence, people didn't have electricity. The first couple of years of service, I believe we had 800 members. We have 51,000 meters now. Y'all, we use more electricity now on yard lights than the entire system used the first few years it was in existence. That's how far we've come. And when I came to work here, I thought it was very simple what it takes to run this organization, but it's not. It's very complex. There's a lot of moving parts. Like I said earlier, we're a big co-op. We have 28 substations. Y'all, a substation now costs somewhere around the tune of $6 million if we had to build each one of them now. That's each. We have a huge territory, 6,000 miles of power line. Think about it, 6,000 miles. If you drove across our territory, many of you are from here, if you drove from the Panhandle in French Camp or Ware over to Steens, Mississippi, that's a long drive. If you drove from Una to Mashulable, that's a long drive. That's how much territory our men and women cover and maintain and restore power for you. And there's a lot of other moving parts in today's environment. Cybersecurity is a pressure and a threat, and our IT staff has to do more to protect not only your identity, but to protect the integrity of our network. Our engineering staff, maintaining 28 substations. We're in the middle of rolling out a brand new automated metering system, because the way meters are now, they're not meters from what I say back in the 1900s. I know that sounds funny, but that's what it is now. They're computers, and you have to change them out often. We're halfway through going that. My point is, we spin a lot of plates here at Fort County. We do a lot for the community. And look, we're not going to take credit for the economic development projects that have come, but I will tell you this. We've been a key player in a lot of them coming, and a lot of them come here because they can get power. So Fort County helps with the growth in their community, and it's helped all of us have a better quality of life. 15 years ago, when I'd come to work at 6 in the morning, there wouldn't be much traffic. You come on this 4-lane at 6 in the morning, it's like Talladega out there. It's rough. Y'all, my point in this is you've seen us grow. You've seen us invest $100 million in broadband. We've grown it out to 17,000 customers over the same time frame, 3 years. So we basically built out our entire electric territory that took 80 plus years for us to build. We did it in 3 years. Thank you. And the feedback I get from you is you're happy with us for it. But I also want you to know that we're good stewards of your money. What you may not know is during the pandemic, our board, along with TVA, we gave back the tune of $5.1 million to our members. We reduced your bill that much. So even though we're spinning a lot of plates, and there's a lot of things going on, right? Electric vehicle chargers. I was talking to this gentleman a while ago. We're fixing to construct a very expensive high-speed charger in Matheson. We're going to look at one in Macon, right? We're looking at solar. What's the future of solar look like? We want to be your one-stop shop for anything electrical in your area, and we're going to be honest with you, right? There's times when we encourage you not to use power. Most businesses try to get you to buy more of their product. We're trying to get you to have a better life. Our mission is, and continues to be, to improve the quality of life of all those that we touch. So I promise you that we're going to continue to keep the main thing, and that is keeping you with reliable, affordable electricity. And we're going to do it. We're going to do it with honesty, integrity, and service. Thank you. Speaking of service, you may not be aware how much time and education our board of directors goes through to stay abreast on emerging industries or emerging trends and things going on in our industry so they can represent you. At this time, I'd like to recognize some of their achievements. Mr. Jay, will you come up here, please, sir? This gentleman has served you for 35 years. Mr. Johnny, if you'll come up. Mr. Johnny has completed the NRECA Director Gold Program, and I want to thank you for that. Mr. Bill Bell, if you'll come up. Mr. Bill Bell has completed the NRECA Board Leadership Program. Mr. Russell Dodds has completed 3 certifications this year: Credentialed Cooperative Director, Board Leadership, and Director Gold. All right, one other piece you may not be aware of, we talk about it from year to year, and going back to our mission statement of improving the quality of life of all those that we touch. We have a program called the Youth Tour Program. What that program is, is all of our local schools, public and private, in their junior year, the school can select a student and they turn in a report and they interview in front of a panel. And y'all, this is the cream of the crop. It gives me hope for the future. So we've done this for years, maybe decades. Brad, how long have we done it? 30 years Fort County's been doing this. So I asked Brad and John, hey, where are the past youth tour winners? Because in theory, you think they all went on to become something great. I have a suspicion that they did, and we want to show you a video on where some of them are now.
Hi, I'm Allison Cooper Brazier, and I was with the Fort County Youth Leadership Program back in 2012, and I'm currently living in Ackerman with my husband Dakota and our 7-month-old Cooper. I'm the Ackerman Elementary School counselor, and I work with pre-K through 6th grade students every day. And I often still talk with my students about my experience with the Fort County program, my trip I got to take to Washington, D.C., and all the sites and the monuments and experiences that I got to have there. I still keep connections with a few of the people that I met along the way, one of which was my roommate for 2 years in college, and we've since been in each other's weddings. And I just often look back on my experience with that Fort County opportunity.
I'm Meredith Cobb. I did the Fort County Youth Leadership Program in 2010, and I was really excited that they asked me to tell you guys about my experience and what I'm up to now. When I did the program, I met a lot of really great people and learned a lot of great leadership skills. I think one of the coolest things when I was looking back at my photos from the program was that I saw many faces I recognized from going to college with them, doing medical school with them. Some of them I still see around the hospital from time to time. So it was a really great way to make connections and meet people that you will run into through other experiences in your life.
Hey guys, my name is Reed Stevens, and I'm a part of the Fort County Youth Leadership Class of 2016. I will never forget having the opportunity to write an essay and to interview for what would later be something that absolutely changed my life. What I thought was just an opportunity to experience something new truly was something that changed my life. I'll never forget being able to travel to Jackson, Mississippi, and ultimately to Washington, D.C., where I would be able to meet people that I would be friends with for the rest of my life. One of those, by the way, is the girl who is now my wife. Truly did change our lives. I learned about how to work with people I'd never met before. I learned a lot about patience and humility and stepping out of my comfort zone. I learned about the gift of public speaking and being able to do that in front of a room full of strangers.
Good afternoon. I'm Tanner Fant Bryan, Mississippi native and Fort County Youth Leadership Class of 2014. I can't believe it's been 10 years since I stepped foot in DC with Mr. Brad Barr and the other Fort County Youth Leadership Class of that year. And now I live here. I live in DC. So I think that summer truly made an impact on me. Since graduating college, I have had a multitude of careers. First as a performer at sea with Regent Seven Seas Cruises, and then I served as assistant cruise director on that same luxury cruise line. But now You can't tell from behind me because I'm filming from home. Luckily, we've got the work from home lifestyle. But I currently serve as the special events coordinator for Wolf Trap Foundation for the Performing Arts. Wolf Trap is the only national park dedicated to the performing arts, and I serve as the coordinator of creating events that make sure that the future of Wolf Trap lasts.
Hi, I'm Zachary Wilson, a Ford County Youth Leadership Program participant for the summer 2018. Through the leadership program, I was able to develop my leadership capabilities, be exposed to other young leaders like myself, and represent my school and the leadership program in state and national level.
Years later today, one of those is the ability to effectively discuss and communicate with others from all the different walks and backgrounds of life. The exposure that the program gave to me to not only meet people from across the state, but across the whole country have really impacted my career today.
Hey, my name is Anne-Marie Shellcutt Miller, and I'm the 5th generation owner of New Home Building Stores here in Columbus, Mississippi. And I had the honor and privilege of going through the Ford County Youth Leadership Program in 2009 when I was a junior at Heritage Academy. It was an incredible experience that has 100% impacted my career today.
What I didn't say that I think was said in the video is these young leaders go to Jackson and tour the Capitol, and then we send them to Washington, D.C. for right out a week to go learn D.C. Well, I want to introduce you to this year's 2024 Youth Tour Leaders. Y'all come up here. All right, when I say your name, you raise your hand so they know who you are. Maggie Martin from Starkville Academy. Gabby Bombach from Heritage Academy. Did I say that right? Okay. Tyler Phillips from Columbus Christian Academy. And Liv Gundy from French Camp Academy. Would y'all like to say a few words?
Well, hi everyone. I apologize for my voice. I'm a little hoarse today because I just got back from cheer camp, but I'm so excited to be here with y'all today. Like we just said, my name is Maggie Martin. I'm from Starkville Academy, and I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank everyone that helps with this program. It has truly been such an amazing experience, and I've grown so much from it, and I'm looking forward to continuing it as we head to DC here in a few weeks. So, thank you.
Hello everybody, I am Liv Gundy and I go to French Camp Academy, and I just wanted to say thank you to all of you guys for giving me this opportunity to go to Washington, D.C. and representing Ford County. Thank you. Hi everyone, I'm Gabby Bombach and I attend Heritage Academy. I'm so blessed to have this opportunity, and I'm just so thankful for Ford County and everything that they do for this community.
Hi everybody, my name is Tyler Phillips. I go to Columbus Christian Academy. I would like to thank you all for y'all's continued support of our program, and I'm honored to represent you and Ford County. Thank you.
I'm very confident that all four of you are going to move on and do something amazing. Can I leave you with 3 words?
Yes, sir.
Go be great. And look, there's several electric co-ops in the state that participate in this, but I want you to know that one of your candidates won the title for the state, came from your area. Maggie Martin, you won it for the state, correct? Thank you. All right, we've handed around about FastNet. Y'all, we built out our entire territory. We've built out the city of Macon. We've built out pretty much mainline fiber in the city of West Point. I think last week we had about 30 people hooked up in West Point. So if you know anybody in West Point, we're building there. We're hooking people up. We've tripled our revenue over the past 12 months on broadband. We're financially strong, and it's been successful. I will tell you this, we've got more growing to do. So if each and every one of you wants $25 towards your broadband bill, we have a Refer a Friend program. If you refer somebody and they hook up with us, we'll knock $25 off your broadband bill. So remember that when you leave here. At this time, I'd like to call for your chairman of Credential and Elections Committee, Mr. Rob Robertson, to the stage to report the results of the election.
Here's your report to the membership of the results of the board election. The election process for 4 County Board of Directors involves 2 steps. There's a nominating committee made up of the members that meets at least 60 days before the election, and according to our bylaws, this committee nominates one and only one candidate per seat to be elected. The nominees put forth by the nominating committee are then on the ballot for the upcoming election. The committee put forth the names of the incumbent directors. Names may also get placed on the ballot by the nomination by a member petition process, in which case the member can get 50 valid signatures from other members. This year, no other petitions received. Therefore, the only candidates from the nominating committee were on this year's ballot. In order to properly elect the 4 County Director, a quorum of 10% of the total membership and 5% of the membership of each district must be present either by ballot, proxy, or in person. Survey and ballot systems have certified that the sufficient ballots were received to meet the quorum. The Election and Credential Committee would like to report that after a tally of the ballots received by mail, by proxy, by electronic means, and by votes today, the results of the election are as follows. For Board of Directors District 2, Russell Dodge received 5,513 votes. For Board of Directors District 3, Bruce Sanders received 5,356 votes. For Board of Directors District 6, Jay Gillen received 5,152 votes. Mr. Dodge, Mr. Sanders, and Mr. Gillen are all duly elected to the board. Thank you.
Mr. Rob, committee, thank y'all for the work that you've done. I really appreciate it. All right, who in here came to win the Jeep? Okay. We're almost there, okay? All right, we have no unfinished business from the last meeting. And if there is no new business, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn and we can give the Jeep away. Got a motion? Got a second? All those in favor? All those opposed? All right, meeting is adjourned. All right, before we give the Jeep away, I want to tell y'all the prizes. We gave away several prizes over here that were technologically related. We gave away 6 $500 credits towards people's power bill. They have been informed. Or is it 5? I got 5 names listed. So, all right, here they are up here. Those are the people who won the credits. All right. Maggie Martin, will you do the honors of drawing the ticket for who wins the Jeep? All right, Maggie, when you get the number, come over here in the microphone and call it out loud. And if it's your ticket, bring it up here and let us verify it, okay?
Okay. 056929. 056929.
We'll say it again. I'm going to say it loud.
I'm letting you get it. Yeah.
All right, let me have it.
There you go.
All right, y'all listen now. 056929.
Nobody has it?
All All right, last call. We're going to go to the next ticket. All right.